Hey guys, welcome back to Fort Mort. We are back to the modding series. I've got somebody sleeping back here. Let me pull up his camera right now. There we go on Zoom. I've got a special guest today to talk about a special character who I boycotted for the longest time because I think he's OP. Is that damn Darth Revan? ReeKeePea, introduce yourself, sir. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me, Morris. Yes, I'm good, good. Thanks for having. And yeah, we're going to talk about Dart Revan. It's a character that I use a lot. And, if you look at my streams, if you go on Twitch, on YouTube, you're probably going to see Dart Revan being used in all the game modes.
And
So,
I'll make sure to tag your Twitch channel at the bottom, and then you're on YouTube as well, correct?
correct. Yep.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna need to get that link from you. I'm a bad boy, so I'll get that from you as well. If you can send that to me when we're done, and then make sure
Okay.
everybody can reach out. And plus, I think I'm following, but I'm not 100% sure. So bad Mort, bad Mort. But yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about it. We did the Jawa video with Mopills last week. I'm actually getting to drive that Ferrari this week, which is gonna be a lot of fun on Twitch when we do the GAC. But ReeKeePea does GACs also a little bit earlier than I do, about an hour before I do. And you're from where? Canada?
Yep. I'm based in Canada, more exactly around the Montreal region. So, Eastern Canada. Yep.
Excellent, excellent. So that's where you get to know ReeKeePea. So anyway, we're going to talk about Darth Revan. This guy, I boycotted him forever because he was like buttholes. Everybody has one, and I was like, I'm going to go without one. So, but this is one of the ones where I've learned a lot about him, but I'm about to learn a lot more. So ReeKeePea, let's go into how we mod Darth Revan.
Yeah, and like you said, everybody had Dar Revan when it came out. It overthrown Jedi Knight Revan because Jedi Knight Revan was the meta, and then
Yep.
Dart Revan came in, really pushed JKR away. And one thing that was fun is the mirror matches between Dart Revans were a lot more fun than the Jedi Knight Revan for sure.
Yeah.
And the modding actually was where you could differentiate and try to gain the advantage over the other Dart Revans in the mirror matches. So, I think that there's something that everybody agrees is that Dart Revan needs speed. And there's a couple of reasons why Dart Revan needs to go fast. I mean, his both of his special ability, the Force Storm and Insanity, are very useful to start with because you can control the match using those special ability, especially if you can hit them right from the get-go, right? It'll counter your other Dart Revans. It'll counter a lot of the GLs. I mean, I use Dart Revan to counter GL Ray, SLKR, even Jedi Master Luke. So the faster you are, the faster you'll get those counters on. So
And you just heard that here, guys. You can counter some of the GLs with a DR team, which you've probably already got them. You just got to get them up there, right?
yep. Oh yeah, and it's just because of insanity and the fear, it's something that will help you control those counters or even control any matches that you use Dart Revan. So insanity, what it'll do, especially if you hit the leader, it'll fear the whole team to start with. So the faster you go, the faster you'll control the fight basically, because once everybody's feared, then you just ramp up your offense. So there's that you can start with, but sometimes with taunts, if there's like a pre-taunt like the Sith Empire Trooper or other characters like that, you might want to start with the Force Storm. And the Force Storm, will put shock, but it will also give you offense and potency. And this is where the secondary stats of modding comes in, because I've seen a lot of potency stats, potency sets on mod, right? People say you can add potency so that your debuffs hit, but I don't believe you need potency that much, because the ferocity added by the Force Storm ability will give you it's 8% potency per stack, and you get 5 stacks at once. So you use Force Storm from the get-go as your first ability, you'll get shock on the table, and you'll get 40% potency off the bat. So I don't think potency is the way to go as secondary stats. I think offense and critical chance or critical damage is definitely something you'll want on your Dart Revan. Right? Ramp up that offense capability so that he can hit like a truck.
Sure.
So,
let me point out too, ReeKeePea, if I can too. Like, there's two things I want to point out. Everybody's mods are going to be different. I say this in all the modding videos. So sometimes you got to work with what you have. And like he's saying, you want, especially in a mirror, you want your Darth Revan faster because he's got to get out front. You can run into trouble. Me personally, looking at my screen, I've got 3 offensive mods, 2 potency, and health. And that's not because that's why I want to mod my Darth Revan. That's how I was able to get him up to the fastest I could at 301. And because I do not have the mods to supply that, but I also only have him at Relic 3, I've got a soft, you can see I've got a soft Darth Revan team, 2 low relics and the rest much lower. So I'm dealing with what I have. But, you know, keep that in mind, guys. You don't necessarily, and I think ReeKeePea saying the same thing. If you can't supply the speed without breaking up mod sets, just break up the mod sets. Eventually, when you get the mods, you'll be able to make what he's saying, getting into offense and crit. So, sorry, go ahead.
Yep, for sure. And you know, if you cannot get your Darth Revan fast enough or faster, that his 2 counterparts like Battalion Fallen, HK, or even Darth Malik, that are super useful to the Darth Revan squad. I mean, Battalion Fallen, if she's fast, she can also help the squad and help Darth Revan at the same time, because even her ability gives what is Sith Apprentice gives out was it potency or tenacity off 50% off the bat, right? So based on that, if you have that Zeta, you can mod Darth Revan differently. You don't need to get the potency stacks up just because you'll have Battalion Zeta on the side. So if you start getting the high speed and the correct set, then go for damage, because he can double tap very, very often, right? If your opponent is shocked, fear, or has death mark, Darth Revan will double tap and he'll just hit like a truck, especially if you add critical chance and stuff like that. He'll just start hitting and hitting and hitting. And so he's a damage dealer. He's a controller of the fight, you know, with the fear going on. And adding shock is also very useful for multiple reasons, either for the taunts or for Battalion Fallen to get her special ability on also.
So let me ask you this. If my Darth Revan is slower, but my Vassal is faster than his, does that bring the advantage back to me?
Also, yep, because what you want is the Battalion Fallen to be faster than your opponent's Battalion Fallen in mirror matches. Because once you hit corrupted battle meditation, you know, the opponent won't be able to get debuffs on you first. So he won't be able to get any shocks or any fear on you, because you'll have hit him or her first. So, Yep.
So that's all I ever hear is people say, DR's got to be faster. DR's got to be faster. DR's got to be faster. That's not entirely true. If your DR team in whole is faster, you get the advantage back. Yes, DR is going to hit you first, but you can turn that around if your Vassal Sean is faster than his.
Definitely. Yep. And you know what? I've seen strategy, and I think I use it sometimes, where Darth Malik is my fastest character, especially when there's a pre-taunt like Sith Empire Trooper. I use Darth Malik to remove that taunt from the get-go. And then my Darth Revan goes second, and the leader is now available to be hit, and I can fear the team, right? Because if the taunt's there, you cannot fear the whole team.
Hit him. Yep. That's a great one. If you use the middle ability from Malik, I think it's a shock ability, and then hit that and take the taunt off, and now DR is now exposed. Now you're back in the ball game. So that's a huge one. I'm glad we brought that up. That's a huge tip I think a lot of people are missing.
Yep, hitting the leader with Darth Revan is a very, very important key in fearing or controlling the battle. So it's very key to work on.
That team needs to spread. They got to spread out in order to be successful, and it works very well.
Yep. And you know, the only other part where you might want to get potency on your modding team and try to control it differently is when you face Padme, like Padme Galactic Republic team there. Especially if General Kenobi has like high tenacity, you want to hit that shock on Kenobi. You really want it to land on there and remove the taunt from there, or else it could go very, very south against Padme teams.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good tip. Absolutely. So real quick, who do you like to use your DR against typically?
I use DR again, mirror match. I love to go into mirror match. I often feel confident. I don't have the fastest. I know some Darth Revan speed can go up to 340, with the crazy mods. I'm around 323, so I'm still pretty fast. But in Grand Arena, I love to face Galactic Legend Rey. I mean, I've countered Galactic Legend Ray with pure Dart Revan teams, and it usually works not too bad. Not,
you got it
not
down
every
pat
time.
now. That's the key. You got it down pat now.
Exactly.
So you guys need to visit ReeKeePea just to see that happen, right? You might not be the only one doing it, but the one guy asked him, I said, who would you want to remod or show people how to mod? And he said, oh, definitely DR. I love me some DR. So yeah,
Yep.
all the way, loving it. Anything else you want to add about DR with the modding?
Well, not really. I mean, I think it's usually very straightforward, right? Speed to start with, and then you
Yep.
can go left and right depending on what you have and what you need to face. So
And Malik obviously makes this team way better than without him.
for sure, Malik is a great key. I mean, Dart Revan, Basil Shan Fallen, and Malik are the three very main components. HK comes into play very well, but could be moved, and then there's Sith Empire Troopers, Sith Marauder, and Sith Assassin.
Yep.
You know, that could be debatable on.
What
on who
GP
you
is your
use.
account right now?
I just passed 6 million GP.
Okay, you're running 323, so you start getting up into them echelons where Darth Revan got to start getting a little faster. But the key was, guys, crit chance and offense is what I heard, right, ReeKeePea?
Yep, for sure.
If you
Yep.
can afford it with your mods. And here's the key to mods: it's a roulette game. You got to stay at it. And I'm a busy boy, and I'm trying to stay at it. But the more you put into it, the more it will pay off. So,
I
yeah,
agree.
good stuff, man. ReeKeePea, I appreciate you. I will put everything down in the bottom here to go see my man right here. Just because he's
Thanks for having me.
Canadian. He's one of my favorite Canadians. Just remember that. ReeKeePea, salute to you, man. The battalion
Thank you,
adores
Mark.
you. And you guys don't forget to make sure you follow in here. I know you can't see that. He's in the way right there. But it says join the battalion. Hit that follow button. I wish we could move that camera. But in the meantime, guys, I appreciate y'all. We'll see you next Friday. ReeKeePea again. Till next time, sir.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
We're
See
outta
you
here.
later.
One battalion strong.
Shut up and sit down.